You've heard James say it a million times. Respect the Polygon. At Weather Call, we make the Polygon better. We call, text, or email you so you'll always know when you're in danger. No matter who you are, there's a Weather Call solution right for you. Check us out at weathercallservices.com.
It's the morning weather briefing. This is for Monday, the 8th of April. It's Eclipse Day. And this week, the weather turns wet, unsettled, maybe stormy at times. The main concern this week would be some flooding problems across Alabama in the Deep South, and many questions about the eclipse today. So let's begin with the upper air look. Always the best place to start, kind of tells the story. We've got this upper low that's over the northern plains, the upper Midwest, the Dakotas and Minnesota. Underneath that, we have a zonal flow and then a trough hanging back over the southwest United States. On the radar early this morning, about 5 o'clock, we've got a band of showers and thunderstorms across North Mississippi, the northwestern corner of Alabama, and up into Tennessee, nothing severe. And we'll see a few showers around today, but it's certainly not going to rain all day. We are starting off this day mostly in the 50s and 60s. We've got 62 for Birmingham and Huntsville. The cool spot, Dothan, where the sky is clear. They've got 52. Montgomery 57. Mobile at 64. So west of Alabama, we have flash flood watches in effect for parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, and southern Oklahoma. And other than that, relatively quiet around the nation. We note some snow issues for parts of northeastern Wyoming today. So in terms of the severe weather possibilities, there's a chance of severe storms mainly well to the west of Alabama, parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi. The main concern, that enhanced risk around Wichita Falls, Texas. The main concern there coming from large hail. Tomorrow, there is an enhanced risk over parts of Louisiana and Texas. Surrounding that, the larger risk runs from extreme southeastern New Mexico into western Mississippi. And then on day 3, which is Wednesday, we have a risk of severe storms across the southern states, the Gulf Coast states. There is an enhanced risk over parts of Louisiana, Mississippi, and the southwestern corner of Alabama. And that broad zone from near York down to Thomasville, Grove Hill, Jackson, and Mobile. The areas in orange. We have a level 2 out of 5 risk up to Haleyville, Birmingham, and Opelika, then the rest of North and East Alabama with the level 1 marginal risk. And the air is going to be really stable on Wednesday, so the storm should be mostly elevated, and the main concern, strong winds. And beyond that, the big concern is heavy rain and flooding. And then on day 4, which is Thursday, have a risk of severe storms mainly east of Alabama, North Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and also to the north parts of Ohio and Kentucky. Here's a look at rain for the next 7 days, and the bulk of this will be this week. And you can see the heavier totals a little west of Alabama, where you see the yellow on this map. That represents rain amounts in excess of 4 inches. For most of Alabama, rain amounts between 2 and 4 inches between now and Monday morning of next week. We'll see some rain around today, tomorrow. The big rain day most likely Wednesday into Wednesday night. So let's break it down. We'll talk about the Eclipse model fans. This is the GFS. This is the 06Z run, valid today at 4. Got a trough back in the southwest, upper low that's over Minnesota and the Dakotas. And again, there could be a few showers around, no doubt about that today, but I think a decent chunk of the day dry. The better coverage of rain west of the state, Mississippi into Louisiana and southeastern Texas. This is the high-resolution HER model, valid this evening at 6 o'clock local time, showing rain showers mainly over the western half of the state, west of I-65. So Eclipse fans, this is coming off the HER. This is valid at 2 o'clock, and that's when the eclipse will be peaking today in Alabama, 2 o'clock Central Time. And as you look at the cloud cover output here, keep in mind the white, that's the more clouds. The blue, that's the less clouds. And so and of course, it'll be a partial eclipse here, not a total eclipse, a partial eclipse. So in Alabama, the better chance of a decent sky to see this will be over the eastern and northeastern counties of the state if this works out. But understand, even in West and South Alabama, there certainly could be some thin spots. And it's a marvelous science moment. Understand, if you were outside and was not aware this was happening, you probably won't even know any difference with a partial eclipse. To get the really, really good effect, you've got to be in the path of totality. That's where it's really cool. But still, if you've got the proper glasses, you can look up at it and you can see that in Alabama, 80, 85, 90% of the sun will be obscured in some spots by the eclipse today. But you've got to have the proper glasses. You don't stare at the sun on a normal day, and you don't stare at the sun on an eclipse day. You've got to have the right ISO rating on those glasses. So nationally, this is coming off the high-resolution ensemble forecast, and you can see the path of totality is that little narrow zone from Texas up into northern Maine, and it's really iffy. And this is a tough forecast for our friends that are in the path of totality. The only lock, the only guarantee of a total clear sky, it's northern New Hampshire and Maine. That's the spot to be, and eastern Canada. Elsewhere, there's certainly going to be some thin spots, and there might be a few spots where the sky does clear for this, but again, it's just iffy. But again, for Alabama, the better chance of having a decent sky to see this will most likely be in the shades of blue on that map. That's the northeastern and eastern counties, and we'll see how it all plays out. It begins about 12:45, peaks about 2 o'clock Central Time, and wraps up by 3:15. And other than that, we're not going to have 5 days of darkness, and you're not going to get a hangnail, or some stuff on social media is over the top. All right, so let's go on to tomorrow. And again, the better rain coverage will likely be over the northern half of the state. We'll be watching that surface low developing a little west of the Texas Hill Country. South Alabama could be relatively dry tomorrow, but even there, there'll be some showers around. So Wednesday, the surface low is over Arkansas, and rain will be increasing in coverage and intensity. Let's go to Wednesday night. That surface low is under 1,000 millibars over the Missouri Boot Heel, 994 millibars, and that's a wet, stormy look right there. If we can see sufficient instability, and that's the big question. So this is the instability valid Wednesday at noon, and there's just not any at that point. So again, if we have any severe storms, most likely that would be Wednesday night. This is the instability Wednesday night at midnight, and really that's not a lot for April. We're going to see this big rain mass, and I just don't know if we'll have any surface-based storms. If we do see severe storms, the main threat would be from strong winds. This is a dynamic system, and again, the surface positions there, that's favorable for severe weather, but again, there's just no instability here, or not much, a little bit. But as always, with any dynamic system in April, you have to watch these. Could there be an isolated tornado? Yes, especially in southwest Alabama, where we've got that level 3 out of 5 risk in place. But again, for the rest of the state, late Wednesday and Wednesday night, the main concern coming from strong straight-line winds. And again, mainly from flooding. That'll be the big issue. And again, when you see these numbers, a lot of that on that map there, that will be Wednesday and Wednesday night. So Thursday, the surface low moves up into Indiana and Ohio, headed up toward Detroit, and it's still deepening, and we'll see some wraparound moisture, and it will probably be a cloudy day. We'll probably be in the 60s, a little bit cooler, and maybe a few lingering showers, but probably not much rain. And then Friday, it's gone. Friday should be a partly to mostly sunny day. We start the day in the 40s. The high will be around 70. And then the weekend looks great. This is Saturday. Saturday morning will be in the 40s. The high will be close to 80. It'll be a warm weekend, warm afternoons. And Sunday, partly to mostly sunny. And again, many spots will likely see low 80s, a warm day with showers well to the north. And this is a week from today, Monday the 15th. Got a new trough in the western states, got a ridge here, and we are still warm and dry. Let's go out 10 days. This is Wednesday of next week, the 17th. Trough kind of moving up toward the northern states, kind of bypassing us, the ridge holding. And it sure looks like a decent chunk of next week will be warm and dry with highs exceeding 80 just about every day. Here's a look at rain for Birmingham. This is coming off the European Ensemble. The mean about 4 inches, and a lot of that's going to be this week. That Wednesday night time frame. But again, we'll see showers today, some rain tomorrow. But this is valid out to April 23rd. And temperatures off the NBM. We might touch 80 today. And then upper 60s by Thursday. And we got lows in the 40s both Friday and Saturday morning, but then we bounce right back with low 80s by Sunday in much of next week. And I think it's safe to say for just most of the state, the main frost freeze threat has ended for the season. Plant away. And every year I say wait until April 15th, but now we're within range of April 15th, and we see no cold air intrusions, at least cold air intrusions to get us in the 30s. And the latest long-range guidance, this is for April 15th through April 21st. Temperatures will likely be a little above average here across Alabama in the Deep South. So on this date in 1998, horrible, horrible tornado. I'll never forget flying over Oak Grove High School that morning. I was in the helicopter when this video was taken. We knew the damage was bad, but we didn't know it was this bad. This was an F5. That came through places like Oak Grove, Rock Creek, Sylvan Springs, McDonald Chapel, Pratt City, Edgewater on a Wednesday night. 32 people were killed in the western part of Birmingham. The same parent storm dropped another tornado east of Birmingham in St. Clair County. It killed 2 people near Wattsville. And again, that morning helicopter ride was just one I'll never forget because it happened at night, and we knew that it was bad, but we didn't know how bad until we get the first light of day, and you get up in there and see this. But it was just a horrible tornado tragedy, and this was the week leading up to Easter that year. And but there were some miraculous survival stories. The warning was good. At the Open Door Church, they were doing Wednesday night worship services up on that hill, and they were able to get the warning, and all of those in the church got into an interior hallway in the lower level, and their lives were saved because of the warning process that night. But again, this is a reminder, almost every day this time of the year, we come up on these big tornado anniversaries. And for those that experience that, this is one for the ages. They will never forget that. Understand, F5, EF5 tornadoes are extremely rare. Most tornadoes we have here are EF0s, EF1s. And to have something like this come through a major metropolitan area like this, that's always danger. That's the old Oak Grove School. In fact, I will drive by that school and just where it used to sit and glance over there. And, of course, it's just nothing. It's a memorial park now. But let's not forget the lives we lost on that night. That was April 8th on this date, 1998. And for a lot of us, it just seems like yesterday. All right, going to Pell City, Alabama today. Iola Roberts Elementary School. And then tomorrow going up to Limestone County. Got a couple of stops there. Athens Elementary and then Piney Chapel Elementary School. Wednesday, doing a safety program for Alabama Power Company and then doing a program at Green Valley, their pre-K program at Green Valley Baptist Church in Hoover. Thursday, Mountain Brook Canterbury Day School. And then on Friday, I will actually be headed to Chicago. Got a program at Northern Illinois University. I'll be up there Friday, so I'll be taking the day off from the TV side here. And again, I'll be up there on Saturday as well, so coming back on Saturday, a travel day, so no book signing. Our next book signing is going to be April 27th. A couple of weeks from this Saturday, that'll be in Fayette, and we'll talk more about that as we get closer. And, of course, we invite you to watch us on the TV side. And don't forget Weather Brains tonight, the show for weather dweebs, geeks, nerds, dorks, and weenies. That's at 7 o'clock, live on the Weather Brains YouTube channel, youtube.com/weatherbrains. Most people listen to the audio podcast, and that'll be out early tomorrow morning. And, yes, we do invite you to watch us on TV this evening, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great Monday, and God bless.